Divorce Dad Diaries, day 219, and right now it is 4:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm making toasties for my oldest son, Lincoln, and my youngest daughter, Coco. Why? Because they have school productions this week, and they're on one day, but Lola, my oldest daughter, who also goes to school, is having her production on a different day. And they have to be there at 5 o'clock, so they don't get back till about 7:30, quarter to 8, so I need to make sure that they're fed before they go. So I just got back and it wasn't quite as smooth as I thought it would be. My oldest son, he was meant to be dropped off at 5, but my youngest daughter, she was not meant to be dropped off till 5:30. And I was like, I don't want to go all the way back home and come all the way back. So we just ended up hanging out there for half an hour. So at least I know now for Thursday when I have to do this again. Because yes, I'm doing it twice for each kid group this week. So to be absolutely clear, what that means is that the only day this week that I haven't had to work around the production is Monday. This makes things a bit awkward. When I did my groceries, I didn't really get meals to prep around this, but on Tuesday night I was planning on doing a curry. Fortunately, Lola, my oldest daughter, and my 4-year-old who were home, they liked the curry the least out of my 4 kids. So I thought, you know what? Let's just do them something a bit different, some steamed broccoli, some potato, It's a nice, healthy, round meal. And then once they've eaten, I then got started on the curry. Using this curry paste, I've been using this a lot recently, this exotic. I quite like this stuff. I just mix it with cream, not coconut cream. And it's, it gets rid of that bit of that coconut flavour, makes it really creamy. And I had this piping hot by the time Lincoln and Coco came home. So it's Wednesday right now. I was quite tired at the end of yesterday, and I've just sort of come to a realisation that I cooked 3 dinners yesterday. Because I made the toasties, and then that cheat dinner in the middle, and then I made the curry. And I do not want to do that again. This is the first time I've done something like this, so I guess there's some learnings to be happening. I'm trying to think of a meal that can just sort of be reheated or will stay warm and be okay. So I was thinking I'll do a pasta tonight. I have all the ingredients for a fettuccine. So I reckon I do a toasty for Lola before she goes. And when I come home, I can make a fettuccine for the other 3 kids. And then when Lola comes home again at 7:30, she can then have some more fettuccine and I can just reheat it in the microwave. And I'll eat with her as well, just because she's coming home after a long day. Good to sit down and kind of welcome her back into the family so she's not sitting at the table eating by herself. I did the same thing with my other 2 kids yesterday. And if you're wondering how they're getting home, I have recruited my initial wife to help me because my youngest boy, my 4-year-old, he's already in bed by 7 o'clock. So I didn't want to have to uproot his whole schedule in order to go pick up my kids from the school. So yeah, it's a busy week this week. Yeah, the timings are just, I'm so confused that I'm confusing myself just listening to myself. But I didn't have to drop Lola off until 5:30. So just made her a toasty at about 5 o'clock. That was nice and easy. And once I dropped her off, came back home and made a fettuccine. This is just one of my standard recipes. Make sure that when you're using a chopping board that you put a cloth down so it doesn't slide around. Do as I say, not as I do. It's very simple. Just cream, chicken stock, veggies, spices, herbs, and chuck that in with some fettuccine, call it a day. Oh, and chuck some cheese in there too, of course. If you're wondering whether I'm actually going to the production, the answer is no. The tickets sold out really fast, and then there was a bit of back and forth. I think they added more, but I kind of just lost track of the whole thing. But if I wasn't already confused, I received notification yesterday to say that all the kids can be dropped off at 5:30. Nice and simple, right? But the thing is, teachers can send out communications based on their class, and then the school can send out communications. So we received that school communication, which also said that students can be picked up at 7:30. But then I received a class communication saying that Lincoln can be picked up at 7. And then I heard a rumour that some of the kids can actually be picked up from 6:30. And I'm just like, I can sort of see some good intentions in there, congratulations, you can pick up your kid a bit earlier so the schedule's not as mixed up. Teachers can go home a bit earlier. I'm assuming this is all overtime for them that's unpaid. But for me sitting here with 3 kids, it's I'm getting confused. It's the different classrooms are not communicating and they're just doing their own thing in their own bubble, and I don't really understand. I'm just grateful to have the initial wife going and picking up the kids at 7 o'clock or whatever. But let's make some more food. So a friend of mine suggested slow cooked food. So I went through my pantry, had to think about what I had, and I've got mince and I've got like tomatoes and stuff, and I thought, why not do a bolognese, or bolognese, I should say. Um, So I started this early, cooked my veggies out, cooked my mince out, and then just put it on a low and slow with the lid on. And then anytime someone needed to eat, I just boiled up some spaghetti pasta, and then I could just dish it out, and it was good to go. So much simpler. But it's now Friday. I've managed to survive the week, sort of. The house is a mess, but I definitely think doing like the slow cooked mince, that was a good idea. I'll need to plan better in the future, but doing stuff like that where I can just sort of have it ready to go, much easier. But tonight I'm not going to cook at all. Well, I might cook a little bit. My 4-year-old will need to eat by 6 o'clock or he will eat himself. But I'm then going to keep them all up till the initial wife comes home, and then we're going to have pizza and we'll just have it all together as a family. That'll be my thank you to her, it'll be my reward to the kids for a long week, and then I also don't have to cook, so it's a reward for me. And I'll probably just get that delivered. I've never actually had pizza delivered here before, but you know, why not? My kids are worth a little extra. And I will catch you on the flip side.